enjoys himself. Thanksgiving week next week. We'll have an interesting schedule then. We'll let you know about. And Jason, during the break, or before the break, I should say, somebody from the 916 said, hey, can you guys come up with a theory as to why Keegan Murray has been so inconsistent? Well, as we get to King's Rewind here in just a second, Keegan Murray, Keegan's dad, was speaking yesterday on Twitter, and by the way, for those of you who are not aware of Keegan Murray, he's a wonderful guy. This is, I know we have Marvin Dadley PTSD. This is not that. This is him as a coach, just seeing his son get shade from people like Russ and providing a little context behind it. And I'll leave it to you guys to decide. But when it comes to what's going on with Keegan, here's an interesting stat we'll start off with. He has the most miles ran of any player in the NBA. And if you're wondering how they figure that out, it's a combination of their tech, the little sports bras a lot of them wear underneath, and some other things camera related that allows you to figure out just exactly how far these guys are running. Not only is Keegan Murray top 4 in minutes played, he's run more than anybody in the league. On top of that, though, him leading the league in minutes played, him running all over the place more than anybody in the league, he has a lower usage rate than he had his rookie year. And this is going to go back to the conversation we've had since before the season started. It's great to have Fox and DeMar DeRozan and Domantas Sabonis. That's fantastic. But what's going to happen, and what I think we've seen happen, is we've seen Keegan Murray kind of get X'd out a little bit. And he's needing to find his spots, and there just aren't a lot of spots. And when he does have them, he's obviously not in rhythm. His dad also mentioned that in college, and how he got to be the number 3 pick was his ability to post mismatches and to move the ball in transition were his 2 best assets. His shooting's actually come around later on in the NBA to the level it is. They're not getting him the ball as much as they have in the past on those post mismatches. And when you combine that with what he's being asked to do on the defensive end, I think, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, I'm not saying this in a poo-pooing way, I think the surface analysis is Keegan's having trouble finding his own shot, and he's not able to hit the shots he has that are open. Excuse me. And by the way, there's points there. Those are valid points. But I think if we look at the way he's being used and the adjustments he's having to make, Jason, because of these additions and what he's being asked to do defensively, I just think there's more context than Keegan Murray forgot how to play basketball.
Always, right? Yeah, there's always way more. I mean, way more layers into any of this kind of stuff. So it's not as simple as just one thing going wrong. But yeah, I'm not really that worried at all about Keegan Murray.
I'm not either. He will come around. It's, again, the guy has shown improvement every single year. He is a true blue 3-and-D guy. And, you know, something that stuck in my head, we'll get to King's Rewind here. I was, oh, here we go. Look at me, Louie. I was having a conversation about 2 weeks ago with Monty McNair offline. And the one thing he said that I will share, and Monty is great about giving background and context, and it's off record. It just helps people like me who aren't smart sound smart. But there was one thing he said that I thought was a pretty salient point, and I'll use it. I'll use his I'll use his philosophy on Keegan Murray. If we were in games 50 through 64, and Keegan Murray was shooting the percentages he's shooting, we probably wouldn't even blink an eye at it. But when you start a season and that is the only number to go off of, bad streaks and good streaks stand out way, way, way more than they normally would in the middle of the year. And I think there's a little part of that too psychologically on us, that we're looking at Keegan trying to adjust to all of this. We're saying that's how he's going to be all year long. I don't think that's the case. There's been no evidence to that as of yet, Jason.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
All right. Kings Rewind.